In this video, Mike is going to show you how you can install Google Tag Manager on a Wix website. All and more coming up. Hello there and welcome back to another video of MeasureSchool.com, teaching you the data-driven way of digital marketing. My name is Julian, but today we have Mike Sale from MikeSale.com on this channel to show us how we can install Google Tag Manager onto a Wix website. Now, spoiler alert, you will need to have an upgraded account in order to do this, but if you're serious about building your website on the Wix system, then you've probably done this already. Now, Mike is actually gonna show us in multiple videos how you can then take the next steps of installing Google Analytics, Facebook ads, or the tracking for Google ads onto this account. So definitely subscribe to this channel down below because there are new videos coming out every week. Now, we got lots to cover, so Mike, take it away.
Hello, Julian. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. This is Mike from MikeSale.com, and we're going to show you today how to install Google Tag Manager on your Wix website. So to do that, we need to validate two key prerequisites from your Wix.com account perspective. So you need to go into your site dashboard and validate that you have a plan here, a premium plan, or basically a plan that does not say free. If it says free under this location, you're going to need to upgrade your plan. It can be the smallest, lowest that you could possibly have, but it just needs to be not free. The other one is that you need to have your domain connected. Your domain is your website address, like for example, michaelsale.com, or in this case, michael.sale. It will handle anything in terms of domains, like for example, the .com, .net, .gov, .org. All those will work just fine. Once those two prerequisites within Wix are met, you need to go to tagmanager.google.com. And tagmanager.google.com will require that you actually have a Google account. That Google account will be used to log in and create a business account or a company account within Google Tag Manager. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and click Create Account. And this is where I'm going to put in my company name. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a container. The container is your site. In this case, it's going to be michael.sale, right? And what kind of container will you need for your Wix website? Well, guess what? It's a web container. No big shocks there. Let's go ahead and make sure that we select web container, and that will now allow us to create both our account, that's our company, as well as our container, which is our website. We now have to go ahead and select the terms of service agreement. And now Google tells us that we need to install Google Tag Manager by copying and pasting in some code into our website. Wix has a special integration just for Wix that allows you to only take the container ID and copy that. You can also find that container ID right here. And we're going to go back over to Wix. Now that we've got both our Tag Manager container set up and our Wix connected domain and premium plan, we can go over to where it says Marketing Tools. Under Marketing Tools, down at the bottom, you will see Marketing Integrations. Under Marketing Integrations, you'll see Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager allows us to manage all of these other tags and more beyond what may be set up for marketing integrations within your Wix website. So we're going to use Google Tag Manager to do that. So we're going to connect Google Tag Manager, as you see up in the upper right. Click that, and it will ask you for your Tag Manager ID, basically your container ID. We're going to paste that in and hit Save. Now, our Wix website is connected to that particular container. What that means is that that snippet of code, Wix has actually taken that snippet of code and put it into place for us on our Wix website. Now we need to validate and understand if we actually have that tag manager properly installed on our website. So right now, this is the plain Jane website that I've set up just for this demonstration. And we're going to go into a special mode that allows us to see what it would be like if we were to publish this particular setup or this initialization on our website. So to do so, we're going to go ahead and go into preview mode. Preview mode is exclusive to this particular web browser. So now what we're going to need to do, now we're in preview mode, we're going to go back over to our website and we're going to do a hard reset. So we're going to go ahead and reload the page. And what will pop up at the bottom here is the Tag Manager preview window. This allows us to look not just at whether or not we've installed Google Tag Manager, but have we set up the tags within Google Tag Manager correctly, and are they firing where we expect to fire them, and what events we have, all that good information. So understanding this will show you that there are no tags, but we can go ahead and set that up right now in Google Tag Manager. The other way we can validate and verify this is using something called the Tag Assistant. This is a Google Chrome Assistant, Google Chrome extension, and Google Tag Assistant will actually tell you, yep, when I look at this, and this is only in the preview mode, I can actually see that this is up and running, that Tag Manager is there, and it does not currently have any tags, but the Tag Manager is installed. And you can see that this is the code snippet. And we can now go back and turn off preview mode or leave preview mode. When we do that, what you'll find is if you go back over to our website and we reload it again, you'll see that the Google Tag Assistant, first of all, the window down below that tells us about what things would be like if we were to publish this container is gone. And number two, you'll see that Google Tag Manager is there, but it's not quite correctly set up. Something's wrong. So we need to go over to Google Tag Manager and we need to publish or submit our container. So now that we've seen it in preview mode, everything is working as we expect. We're going to go to submit this particular container. In this case, we're just going to initialize the install of Google Tag Manager. You can put anything you want here in a description of what it is. And when we hit publish, now we'll see that we have this version that has been published. It tells you when. There are no tags installed yet. We can install tags for Google Analytics. And you can see those tags right here. Google Analytics, Google Ads, remarketing. There's also not just Google tags, but for example, the Facebook pixel, LinkedIn, and a variety of different tags that have nothing to do with Google whatsoever. We're not going to do that yet. We'll do that in a subsequent video. We just want to verify that the live version of Google Tag Manager is now running on our Wix website. So we're going to come back over to our website, do another hard refresh, and now what you can see is the Google Chrome Tag Assistant is showing us that we do have the Google Tag Manager is now in a green state and is working properly. Next, we will need to go ahead and add new tags, for example, Google Analytics. And Julian, I know that you have plenty of videos and tutorials that will help people understand how to do that. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back off to you. Thanks everyone. Mike from michaelsale.com signing off. Bye.
Alright, so there you have it. This is how you can install Google Tag Manager on a Wix website. Thank you, Mike, for explaining this to us. And if you want to follow along with the next videos that are going to come out in this series, then definitely subscribe to our channel right over there. Now, my name is Julian. See you in the next one.